The Pima Regional Critical Incident Team, or PRCIT, consists of 9 law enforcement agencies in Pima County. The PRCIT conducts criminal investigations of officer-involved critical incidents so that the agency involved does not take the lead in criminally investigating its own personnel. For this incident involving 3 Tucson police officers, the Pima County Sheriff's Department is assigned to the criminal investigation to examine whether a criminal violation occurred. The Tucson Police Department will conduct its own separate administrative investigation to see if policy violations occurred. Investigations involving an officer's use of force can take a significant amount of time. Investigators are tasked with reviewing video, interviewing multiple witnesses, examining forensic evidence, and reviewing hundreds of pages of transcripts and reports. This video is based on the information we know to be accurate at this time. Conclusions about whether the actions of the officers are consistent with TPD policy and Arizona state law will not be made until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. The audio, pictures, and video we are about to share may contain strong language, as well as graphic images, which may be disturbing to some people. Some of these images are from the actual crime scene. Viewer discretion is advised. Tucson police officers were equipped with a body-worn camera. The camera is usually mounted at chest level and is the Axon Body 3. Just after 11 a.m., the Tucson Public Safety Communications Department received a 911 call about an armed robbery. Tucson police officers from Operations Division East and Midtown responded to the Best Buy located at 6025 East Broadway Blvd in reference to the 911 call. The reporting party at this location gave a suspect description and advised of items taken from the store. One of those items included sunglasses. The suspect can be seen on surveillance selecting items from display and then leaving the business without paying. As the suspect approaches the exit, he removes a handgun from his waistband and holds it to his side.
I believe someone else is on the phone. We need police here.
Okay.
The guy already fleeing it. He has a camo boonie hat on.
What kind of weapon did he have?
He had a pistol it was a black pistol, had a red dot sight on it.
At approximately 11:45 a.m., a witness called in a tip about a male matching the description of the suspect walking east from the Best Buy toward the 7400 block of East Broadway Boulevard. Officer Richard Valentine is the first to arrive and make contact with the suspect in the 7400 block of East Broadway. As Officer Valentine arrives, he exits his vehicle and gives commands to the suspect, who refuses to stop or to drop the gun.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Front on 160 has the gun out. Let me see your hands! Drop the gun!
Officer Valentine shoots at the suspect. During this time, Sergeant Armando Olivas arrives on scene just south of the suspect. This is surveillance video showing a different angle of Officer Valentine's shooting. You can see Officer Valentine's patrol vehicle and the suspect in the upper right. The suspect runs behind the Jiffy Lube. Shortly after, the suspect returns and shoots in the directions of Officer Valentine and Sergeant Olivas. Sergeant Olivas shoots at the suspect. Sergeant Olivas did not activate his body-worn camera during this exchange. There were several innocent bystanders in the area. This is another angle showing the suspect shooting at officers. This is a third angle showing the suspect running behind the building and returning to shoot at officers. During the shootings, the suspect also encountered an innocent bystander. The suspect fired at least one round at this person and a juvenile with them.
We turned into like the parking lot to get out of the way because we weren't sure. We heard gunfire and we weren't sure where it was coming from. So I tried to get out of the way, and I turned into obviously a dead end area. And he was walking next to the store, and he turned and saw us, and he started firing at us. And my daughter and I ducked down. He did not hit our car, and then he kept going behind the store.
Okay. Okay.
The suspect is next seen by Officer Antonio Apodaca behind the CVS at 7499 East Broadway Blvd. Officer Apodaca arrives on scene and encounters the suspect attempting to flee after the two prior shootings.
Show me your head! Show me your head!
The suspect fires at Officer Apodaca. Officer Apodaca fires one round back with his rifle, and the suspect is incapacitated. All shootings occurred along the 7400 block of East Broadway. Sergeant Olivas turned on his body-worn camera after his shooting and responds to the scene where the suspect is incapacitated. Sergeant Olivas coordinates with other officers on scene to move up to the suspect, detain him, and render aid.
The guns are over above his head.
Copy.
Do not move.
Do not move.
Do not move. No, hey, don't get in front.
The firearm was located near the suspect after the shooting. The sunglasses taken from Best Buy were located at the scene of the shooting. Tucson Fire Department medics responded to the scene and continued life-saving efforts. The suspect was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased. The Pima Regional Critical Incident Team was activated for this officer-involved shooting and responded to the scene. The suspect has been identified as 32-year-old Joshua King. No officers or civilians were shot during this incident. The officers involved were identified as Officer Antonio Apodaca, with 8 years of service with the Tucson Police Department. Officer Richard Valentine, with 1 year of service with the Tucson Police Department. Sergeant Armando Olivas, with 19 years of service with the Tucson Police Department. The 911 calls, surveillance, and body-worn camera videos were clipped to show relevant events and facts. The Pima Regional Critical Incident Team continues to investigate this incident. When the investigation is complete, it will be presented to the Pima County Attorney's Office for review. Members of the public with information and/or video of the incident are asked to contact the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900. This is still an active investigation.